Chapter 3. One of the demons asks, what is it to move without moving, and to be at rest without being at rest? The demon said, man is a moving thing. He is incapable of not moving. There are many different responses to man's daily needs, but for one who has grasped the way, his mind is not moved by phenomena. The essence of the mind is selfless and without desire, and thus at peace and undisturbed. Speaking in terms of swordsmanship, when a man is surrounded by a large force and is moving this way and that, if he has resolved the matter of life and death, settled his spirit, and does not have his thoughts rattled by that large force, he will be moving without moving. Tell me about it. Haven't you seen a man riding on a horse? The man who rides well, runs the horse to the east and west, but his mind is tranquil, and his unhurried body is unmoving and at peace. Seen from the side, the horse and the man seem to be firmly fastened together. And if he simply restrains the horse's errors, he will be doing nothing contrary to the horse's nature. Thus, though the man is mounted on the saddle and is master of the horse is not troubled by this and moves with its own understanding. The horse forgets the man forgets the horse, and their spirits are one, and do not go in different ways. You could say that there is no man in the saddle and no horse under it. This is a manifested form of moving without moving that is easy to see. An unskillful rider will go against the horse's nature and will himself be ill at ease. When the horse and rider are always separate and at odds, the whole frame of the rider's body will move, his mind will be preoccupied with the horse's gait, and the horse too will be tired and troubled. In a certain riding manual there is a poem, supposedly written by a horse. He whips me as if to go, then pulls on the reins. My mouth is drawn down. I can't even move. Terrible impersonation of a horse. Anyway, you get the idea. This is something that informs us of the horse's emotions instead of our own. And this is not just for horses. You should have this mentality for working with people as well. When you run contrary to the heart of everything and apply learned details first, you yourself will be preoccupied and others will be vexed. And what is it to be at rest, though not at rest? Before joy and anger, grief and pleasure issue forth, the essence of the mind is transparent and contains absolutely nothing. In the midst of this ultimate peace and absence of desire, when external phenomena arrive, the mind responds, but is not attached to its function, or is not attached to its functions. It is the essence of the mind that is at peace and does not move. What moves and responds to things is the function of the mind. The essence is at peace and contains the myriad of principles and the clarity of spiritual strength. Function follows the laws of the universe and responds to innumerable situations. Essence and function are of one origin. This is what is called moving but not moving, and being at rest but not being at rest. To speak of this in terms of swordsmanship, let us say that you take up a weapon and face your opponent. Your opponent comes at you while you are completely at peace, without malice and without fear. Moving this way and that without any thought or concept, you are able to respond freely without any obstructions. Though your body moves, you do not lose the peaceful essence of your mind. Though you are at rest, you do not lack the function of movement. A mirror itself is at rest and contains nothing. It allows 10,000 shapes to come and be reflected and manifest their forms. Yet when they move on, no shadow or shape remains. The metaphor of the moon in the water is the same, and the clear spiritual strength of the essence of the mind is also like this. When men of little character move, they are drawn by that movement and lose themselves. When they are at rest, they become empty-headed and are unable to respond functionally. One group asks, one of the group asks, what does the moon in the water mean? Excuse me. The demon said there are various meanings attached to this phrase. Various meanings attached to this phrase, according to different schools. But fundamentally, the moon reflected in the water is a metaphor for when you can move and respond with spontaneity and no mind. Among the need some water. Among the poems of the abdicated emperor Sutoku, while he was at the palace near Hirozawa Pond, is the following. Though there is a reflection, the moon reflects itself, without thought to the water. Hirozawa Pond. At the heart of this poem is an enlightened state of mind concerning action and response with no mind and spontaneity. This is, moreover, like the single full moon shining in the sky, while all the 10,000 rivers and streams contain their own one moon. Yeah? You see that? There's one moon in the sky, but if you look at the pond over there and the river over there and that window there and that mirror there and that shiny surface there, the moon will be everywhere. There'll be 10,000 of them, yeah? But there'll be one moon up there and a million images down there, yep? So let me go back to this, yep? This is moreover like the single full moon shining in the sky, while all the 10,000 rivers and streams contain their own one moon. This is not a matter of the light being divided and then striking the water. If there were no water, there would be no reflection. Again, this is not a matter of the moon being reflected as soon as it is received by the water. Whether it is reflected into 10,000 streams or does not go beyond a single puddle, the moon is neither added to nor subtracted from. And again, it does not select either a large or small body of water. For this you should be awakened to the mysterious function of the essence of the mind. The last thing to be spoken of here would be the water's clarity or muddiness. Nevertheless, while the moon has a shape and a color, there is neither shape nor color to the mind. This is just a metaphor for something easily seen with shape and color, and something that has neither. All of these metaphors are just like this. You should not become attached to the metaphor and thus chisel away at the mind.